From Drop Biscuit Studios and the people who brought you Wondery's Inside Jaws, Inside The Exorcist, and Inside Psycho comes You Talking to Me? Bite-sized Hollywood history with plenty of bite. They stole Rocky from me. This is You Talking to Me? I'm Mark Ramsey. Rocky was the legendary low-budget story of the come-from-behind kid who risked it all for the big fight and for love. He lost the fight, but won the girl, and along the way he won something more. 9 Academy Awards in 1977, including Best Actor and Best Screenplay for the man who conceived, wrote, and starred in the movie, a struggling actor named Sly Stallone. It was the ultimate rags to riches story, but in many ways it was Sly's rags and somebody else's riches. And that fact has rightfully nagged at Stallone for decades. Now, don't get me wrong, Sly's days of all ramen all the time, they're long over. He made millions off of Rocky sequels and spin-offs, not to mention all the other projects that filled out his wallet fattened up in the first place by Rocky. So if Sly did so well, what's his beef? Equity, or lack thereof, that's his beef. I have zero ownership of Rocky, he says. Every word, every syllable, every grammatical error, it was all my fault. And people say, hey, you got paid. What are you complaining about? But I was furious. Stallone was young, in dire financial straits, and he was asking for a lot. Sure, you can write the movie, Sly, but star in it? Who do you think you are? The year before Rocky, Stallone's total income was $1,400. That was for the whole year. They had Redford, Nick Nolte, Jimmy Caan, Ryan O'Neal, Burt Reynolds, who were all in their prime, Sly said. And then you had some loser named Sylvester, who was just naive enough to hang on. I think there was a certain code of business conduct back then that you don't ruffle the feathers of the golden goose, Stallone said. The studio has the power. When I finally confronted them, that was before Rocky IV, I said, does it bother you guys that I've written every word, I've choreographed it, I've been loyal to you, I promoted it, directed it, and I don't have 1% that I could leave for my children? And the quote was, you got paid. And that was the end of the conversation. Stallone added, they had 100 different licenses, and they said this is all going to be put into the pot, which would have meant hundreds of millions of dollars over 45 years. I have never seen that pot. Still, Stallone recognizes his good fortune in a business famous for backbiting and abusing any talents that smell as vulnerable as he once did. I was very angry, he said. Rocky is on TV around the world more than any other Oscar-winning film other than The Godfather. You have 6 of them, and now you have Creed and Creed 2. The biggest pot of gold may have evaded him, but Stallone has made a good living off Rocky and its progeny, and he has something more to show for those years in the ring. Some time ago, he met a young girl, 9 years old. Her parents had flown her from Russia, and this 9-year-old girl recognized him as the legendary Rocky Balboa. I'm an old man, he said. How is it even possible that you know who Rocky is? She replied, Rocky never grows old. I want him as a father. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening right now, and please tell your friends to give us a listen. That's You Talking to Me? I'm Mark Ramsey.